Thanksgiving on YouTube. We're making stuffing. Okay, but anywho, what we're doing today is we're making Thanksgiving dinner, and my sister wants me to make the stuffing. Our family found this recipe in thanks to Gourmet magazine, like in the 2000s or something. It's a stuffing with bacon, shallots, and arugula and Gruyere. What's amazing about this amazing little dish is that it's not only great for your Thanksgiving stuffing, it can be served whenever you are in a pinch for brunch. So let's get started on doing that. The first thing that we're going to do is a little bit of handiwork. We gotta prep some things. I'm gonna cube up our French bread. I'm gonna grate some Gruyere cheese. I'm gonna then also dice up our shallots and our garlic. All right, so you're going to just do your best to make really beautiful cubes. If you're not going to be that one who cares about making cubes, I'm not judging you. Tear away and just make it rustic. And also with anything that is an amazing stuffing or bread pudding, make sure that you utilize day-old bread, fresh baked. By all means, it's gonna be amazing, but you want this stuff to be dried out to be a vessel for all of the filling that we're gonna put in, which is so flavor packed, and then it just informs the bread to get roasted with deep flavor. It's lovely. All right. So, cubed French baguettes or whatever bread you want, done. Now let's dice up. The gourmet recipe calls for 1 big shallot, but Publix always sells banana shallots, so that always informs me by 2. And then 3 garlic cloves. I punch it up with 4 or 5, and if you would like 3, sounds fine with me. But since I'm using 2 bananas, 2 banana shallots that is, and then I know that this is mild flavored, but I just want it balanced out instead of being a strong star of the show. And so, here we go. We're slicing away. All right, and so shallots chopped. Now it's time to dice garlic. And if you've seen this once, you've maybe seen it 1,000 times. It's all right. You are cooking on Thanksgiving night. Now we've gotta grate some cheese, 'cause we are making bread pudding as stuffing. Oh, 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 oh. We now start grating cheese. All right, so what we're gonna be using for cheese is smoked Gruyere, and it calls for about 5 ounces. This is a 5-ounce block. I believe what everyone says about where cooking is therapeutic. I know some days if I get home from the gym or work, obviously I don't want to go full Donna Reed and make all of this stuff, but I know that I have the ability, and that is so useful. I know, look at all this Gruyere, rub, rub, rub. But not as beautiful as me, darling.
No.
And you can keep that in. All right, let's clean up. Okay, we have done the work of cubing, grating, dicing. So now we're going to get into the phase of the recipe. We're going to get into the steps of the recipe instead of the work for the recipe. We're going to make the custard. So this is going to include 5 large eggs, oh no, it's okay. My favorite foodie trick ever. All right, we got 5 gorgeous large eggs, and now we are going to add in, I believe it's 1.5 cups of whole milk. I'm going to throw in the half first. The 1 cup. Cheers. Thanks, Publix. Here goes our 1/2 cup of heavy cream added in for that extra decadence. And now it's here where you're going to add some salt and pepper. And as a pointer, don't go too cuckoo crazy. I mean, I know that I said season unapologetically, and we love you, all right? Like, we love that. We absolutely love that philosophy, that mantra. In this house, we serve the goddess Nigella Lawson, but we'll be incorporating bacon. So make sure that when making this custard, just be a dash conservative on salt. Go in on some pepper, but just to let you know, if you add abundance of salt now, fry up bacon, it's gonna come off on the salty side. You have Gruyere that kind of lends a salty nuttiness as well, and you want to have balance, not, I don't know, you don't want like drive-through French fries stuffing for Thanksgiving, all right? You live with that enough, and you've had to accept that fate over and over again at any other drive-through. Let's, in a moment where you can have salt balance, let's go with it. All right, so I'm going to use a dash of salt here. I feel like that was a tablespoon. And I'm going to use black pepper. Is that a lot of pepper? Yes. Do I enjoy black pepper? Why, yes, I do. All right, let's whisk. All right, Chris, welcome to a moment where I guess it's like, okay, yes. Welcome to a moment where we've made cup and fork sculpture. Isn't that lovely? But now comes time for a moment where it's like, do what I say, do as I say, not as I do. I'm just gonna throw a dash more in of salt, like just that's like a 1/4 tablespoon. And I love seeing the flecks of pepper. I just want a dash more. We're gonna dismantle our sculpture again. I know, I'm sorry. Sorry to all those sculpture enthusiasts. You came to the wrong channel. This is a cooking channel, not an art channel. All right, we have another little step to do before we start frying things up to incorporate everything into this stuffing. I need to butter this lovely little baking dish. All right, so here we go. We're gonna butter this pan. All right, that's our insurance plan right there. All right, Chris, let's take it over here and start making our extra delicious stuff for this stuffing. I'm gonna proceed to fry up about 6 or 7 strips of bacon. The fates say 6. All right, it's gonna be 6. And all right, everyone, we are back. We're back with an amazing microphone that is working again, because during this time it kind of went out. But with that being said, does that stop me from letting you know how to make an amazing bread stuffing for Thanksgiving? No, it doesn't. So what we do is we're going to move quickly into assembly before we pop this into the oven. We have fried up our bacon, you see that, and then I made sure that we took out almost all of the bacon fat, except reserving about a teaspoon to a teaspoon and a half, and replacing that residual fat with olive oil. And I turned the heat down since I was working with a cast iron pan. It really was going to be pretty instantaneous work. I threw in my shallots and my garlic, sauteed them in those oils until they got really fragrant. That was under 30 seconds. Then I added in this arugula, this peppery arugula, proceeded to get tossed in this lovely reduction, and I needed it to wilt, and the wilting took, under 2 minutes, if anything. I made sure that there was just a little dash of remaining oil because, why not? It's Thanksgiving, and I just wanted to make sure that nothing got stuck to the cast iron pan as I transferred it. And so once that fast-acting series of events happened, I cut that heat, took this beautiful sauteed, glorious product off the fire entirely, and then just slowly crumbled in my bacon. Everyone, I also discovered that throughout my assembly of this stuffing, I had 2 adorable puppies that needed cheese taxation for representation, everyone. And so what did I have to do? I had to answer the call of an adorable dog. And, yeah. I love Mimi. I love some Howard. And now we're mixing things up. How am I mixing things up? I'm putting the custard into our cubed French bread. And then, from there, I'm taking our Gruyere cheese and I'm putting it on top of the custard and the cubed bread. I find that it's going to serve a great buffer for our hot sauteed bacon, arugula, shallots, and garlic. And with some assistance of my bro, I was able to then unleash my hands into mixing it all together. And we just made sure that things got beautifully incorporated. And I made sure that I went to go wash my hands before I went to the next stage, which was putting it into our beautiful buttered baking dish. I made sure that everything Got a nice, beautiful distribution. We didn't make some parts have too much arugula over here and, you know, too much bacon over there before sending it into the oven. And voila! And everyone, as you can see, as I'm about to show you, I threw that into that oven at 370 for 30 minutes. Took that beautiful aluminum foil off to get golden up top. And you're about to see how golden, how beautiful, how foolproof this beautiful stuffing for your Thanksgiving is.
I'm just letting people decide. More tender in his head.
It's not racist, so yeah.
It's not right, yeah.
That's good.